welcome to episode 9. This one's a doozy. We are not in Scorched Hammer, we are not in Lumbai, we're not even in the Nether. We're in a new spot. I picked this spot specifically because we're above an ancient city. And I'm going to make a fortress kind of above here in this little snowy climate. Because the fortress is going to be filled with something called wisp cloaks. You've never heard that before, probably because I made it up. But if you're a fan of Witcher, this is very much inspired by Witcher. Wisp cloaks are masters of the depths, but specifically, they are Warden hunters. So they built the fortress that we're about to build today as a means to study the ancient city below, learn from it, and train future wisp cloaks. They are masters of the depths, but I also called something else the master of the depths, and that was the Scorched Hammer. So the Scorched Hammer, if you don't know, earlier in the season, if you haven't watched the episode, Scorched Hammer is an academy that trains the best. Look at this. What the fuck? The best blacksmiths around. Which also means they too have to be masters of the depths. So I'm thinking the leader of the Wisp Cloak, the main guy, was maybe like a former Nethodin, which is the highest rank in the Scorched Hammer that you can achieve. There's only a handful of people that were able to get that high because you have to, one, go all the way down to the bottom and be able to evade. They don't teach you how to fight wardens because they're terrifying. Wisp cloaks, however, are going to teach you how to do that. But at Scorched Hammer, they teach you just specifically how to evade wardens. And they only teach that to Nethodins and Norvos, which are the two highest ranks. I'm blurting a lot of random words at you. I'm thankful if you can keep up. I understand if it's maybe a little bit too much. But that is the whole point of this series, is story can help you propel your builds further. So as I was flying around here, I thought that it would be kind of cool. I don't know exactly how, but the skulk sensors, right? They're all about sound, so are the wardens. These are perfect, like, training blocks. So if I get a bunch of these and bring them up to the fortress, I can create, like, a training area where if you trigger this, you lose. So it teaches the new recruits how to be quiet. I think that's a cool way to prepare them for getting down here. Stuff like that, right? Like, now there's a section in my fortress that would not have happened if I didn't think of a story for it, right? Lore. Lore is your friend. Let's get to building. Hi. I've been busy. I built a gatehouse. This little guy, it's from Elden Ring. This little jut out. Me, my friend Kitten, and my other friend John were playing Elden Ring, and there was this bridge, and before you went across the bridge, there was a bunch of guys that were standing on top of this tower, and they were firing like big rocks, big boulders with their trebuchet using catapults. And it killed my buddies over and over again. And me a few times, but not as many times as my friends, clearly, because I'm the superior Elden Ring god, you know? I've never died even in that game before. But, you know, take inspiration from your other video games. It's very easy, very simple. This is the gatehouse. I've even created a little bit of a path. You see this? I don't know where I was going with there. We go all the way through the village. And you know what this is? That 1.20 milestone museum I was making and working on, the Nurati blessing. You remember it, of course you do. You're a big fan. But I actually made a path, and I think for season 2, don't quote me, I think I'm going to rid myself of Elytra and just do paths and horses and stuff like that. The old B-dubs method. Oh, that poor guy's got to get saved eventually. But the gatehouse here, I want to show you quickly because there's not too much going on. We got a little room over here, which I'll probably make the barracks, maybe one of the training areas, maybe the prep room, the kitchen, whatever, the gear room. Lots of different areas I need to put within this fortress. They are monster hunters, so they should have some research, maybe like a research lab or something like that. But I want to create these drop pods, kind of inspired by hell divers. Because way below, we got that ancient city. Ooh. I want to incorporate amethyst. I got some ideas for it. But the ancient city down here, we want to connect maybe like a six man or 3 chamber drop pod area Or if you hit a lever, all of them drop and you go and hunt the Warden as a group. I don't know. Something cool like that. But we got some work to do. Just had to catch you up. Wanted to show you this guy, because get inspired by those other video games that you're playing. You're not only playing Minecraft, and if you're only playing Minecraft, you just gotta broaden your horizons a little bit, you know? Try some games that are similar to Minecraft first, branch out in the sandbox department, and then you can go from there. The nice thing about a game being out for so goddamn long, like Minecraft, is there are so many different ways you can attack things. Some gameplay evolves over time. My building has not evolved too much, in my opinion. I may have picked up a few new pallets to build with, but I haven't evolved. I've always just built on the fly. I either see a post on Reddit, Instagram, or I'm watching a movie, a TV show, and something is like, wow, I want to build that in Minecraft. That's pretty much how all my builds go. And this little world is going to be, well, it's going to be built up of little things that I love. It's going to be inspired by games that I love. And this place, like I said, it's being inspired by Witcher. I'm not trying to build the exact same fortress. I'm also thinking about other strongholds and castle layouts. I'm also thinking about castles from Age of Empires. I'm about to say State of Decay. I've been playing a lot of different games lately, which does help with the inspiration. But I was running around this fortress that we are building, and I realized there are some things that I'm going to need. And I only realized this because of the story that I have created for this place. So we have the drop pods, which I wanted to build an area where these wisp cloaks would drop to their doom. Well, not to their doom, because they're expert hunters. They got nothing to worry about. So they drop down here. This is going to be like the final test, is you're going to have to go down here and maybe slay a warden or something. Which wardens are fucking scary, man. But I want to eventually add like an infrastructure where these guys have been down here for so long that they actually have like wool highways to navigate within here. And they have a specific area maybe down here to train the new recruits and stuff like that. That's okay. That's okay. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. I'm trying to see if I can catch any snowflakes on my tongue. Let me rap at you real quick. I have some decisions, some layout decisions that we're going to go through so you can kind of see the before and after. I think it's a good idea that wisp cloaks would utilize wolves. We got the snowy climate, so they could be like sled dogs on top of sniffing out monsters and tracking things. I feel like they would go hand to hand with the wisp cloaks. So I'm going to put puppies up here, some wolves. So we're going to build a pen under the ice here. It's going to be like a little overhang with some fireplaces and some hay. And we'll get a few dogs before the episode's up. We go over here. I haven't fully built this out yet, but we have our kind of like our dining hall. This is where the wisp cloaks will have their meals. And then over here, I've started to dig out what's going to be a lift to lower you down into the cave below, because we have this awesome fucking like natural cave generation down here. And this will be the training area. I think that's fucking dope. Look at the one little god ray fucking ripping through here. Ooh, there's so many mobs. I built this little ice thing. I thought that was naturally there for a second, but I actually remember building that. So we got the wolf there, the wolf pen there. That's one thing I want to show you. We got the training facility that we'll eventually build below. And I'm going to utilize all the skulk sensors and shit. So I think that'll be really cool. The lift that will carry you down here. We have our drop pod for dropping the wisp cloaks to go hunt or train. Okay, I was like, are you going to close? I was thinking there's going to be some sort of final trial. Like, you've done all the boot camp. You've trained for 6 months to a year or whatever I'm going to choose. And then you drop down this lift as like your final trial. And you must come back with the warden's head. And then you will be crowned a wisp cloak. You'll be part of the organization. And then I'll probably build some beds. Some beds up here. Actually, this is probably going to connect. And this is why we talked this through. This is going to connect up there, and then you can see, and then we have a big area. This is like gonna be the main area of the fortress. It's only gonna come out to probably about here. And it's gonna be a perfect little rectangle that kind of goes into the mountain. And then we're gonna build a half-assed tower. Like there was a big tower there, but it's gonna be destroyed. And maybe, excuse me, part of the tower is gonna be on the side of the hill or something. I think that's gonna be cool. We're gonna build it up first, and then we're gonna weather it down a little bit. Because these guys have been around for such a long time. An incredible amount of time. But let me jump in to some of those designs. So I'm frolicking in the woods below my fortress that we're building today in search of these guys specifically. And I know in the next update they're getting a bunch of different colors and we'll be able to throw armor on them. I'm just looking to get 2 so I can return back to base, which I think I saw one running over here. I actually didn't know this guy was here, but I was going to allude to the fact that I saw a dude over here and we're going to go look for him, and there he is. So surprise, surprise, we got 2 wolves. We'll go back up to the den, lickety-split, and I'll show you what I got. No leads necessary, because they're just going to teleport up here. Right? Yep, there's 1, and there's 2. Perfect. You guys are beautiful. Let's get you down here. Into your new home. I'm going to give them all different colors, and I'm going to name them after characters from a video game that I love. And if you can guess that video game, I love you even more. Whoa, that feels... With the swift sneak, that feels so quick to crouch under these things. I feel like I'm almost sliding. Is that just me? Come on, Scooter. Sure. Come through that hole. Scooter, Maya, Child. We'll have more soon to name. And remember, keep trying to guess that video game. As I continue to build this fortress, my patience wears thin. So today, right now, this is our chamber of solitude, where we're going to fight the Wither inside a cave. Hello, mister. Not today. I'm tired. I'm tired of building without a beacon. I'm exhausted even. So we're gonna fucking show this guy who's boss. Where'd he go? Let's do this, bitch. I don't have any arrows. Is there a skeleton around I can just kill real quick? Skeleton? Skeleton? Or... drive by. Bang! Fucking guy's picking a fight with the wrong guy. We did it! And we got his head. I'm always one to place blocks now, ask questions later, build on a whim. And sometimes that leads to what we all have, a build epiphany. And as I was working over here, you haven't even seen this section, but this is going to be just a room right now. But this wood floor was all connected, like above my head right now. It was all just one ceiling. I decided to open up because I think it's going to feel a little bit nicer. And then I was like, you know what? This is kind of perfect for a little doorway. And then I look out here, whole bunch of powdered snow. Not going to walk on that. Made that mistake once or twice. And something hit me. Bear with me. We lower this, probably 1 more block, maybe 2. Depending how much space we need. Then we have a bridge. Don't step on the powdered snow. A bridge, a catwalk that goes across, and you'll be able to walk under it and maybe enter the fortress, the keep. And then across here, we're going to build our library. And that'll be the final addition to our structure, other than the half-assed tower we're going to build way up here. The beacon has been set up. See the little yellow swirls coming off of me? I don't smell, it's just... I'm cooking. I'm mining faster than I ever have before. I've been clearing out areas. Beneath us is the training area for the Wisp Cloaks. I've even come up with a little bit of story for them. Follow me, nerds. This way. So I don't have a name for this place yet. but I want to talk about its origins a little bit. So our lovely wisp cloaks that reside in one of these keeps, they are monster hunters, experts, especially known for their expertise in Warden slaying. And I have created underneath this kingdom, which we will check out shortly, a little training facility to train younglings in order to build them up to be wisp cloaks. Similar to Witchers, they are going to go through experiments. Tell me if you think this is cool. We're going to be workshopping some shit here. We're always workshopping shit. When are we not workshopping shit? So the wisp cloaks, to become one of their, like, I was trying to think of a power they would have. Witchers, they can, like, drink potions and get really cool abilities and increase their strength and stuff like that. I thought it'd be kind of cool. Obviously, we have potions and stuff like that. If, in order to become, ignore that, in order to become a wisp cloak, you would have to do, like, a night vision bath. You'd have to bathe in night vision, and that would give all wisp cloaks the ability to see in caves. I think that would be really cool, like, ability over regular kind of humans. So down here, like I said, Master of Wardens. Tell me if you think this is cool. This is a little training course to test how quiet you can be. Well, I'm not very good. This guy's making a whole bunch of racket. You're ruining it. Oh, I did it. You see that? I'll do it again. Oh. Just kidding. Watch. I'll show you this. You gotta go, like, right to the edge. Okay. Boom. Oh, I learned the trick. Look at me. I taught myself. That's actually, like, real training. Okay. And then you gotta jump to this one without triggering. Okay, that will trigger it. I'm just testing. I didn't. I was just testing. I was just showing you guys. Okay, well, this wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, well, this wasn't supposed to. Part of the course. I didn't trigger any of it. And then we go over here. Over here. Jump. 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 Bell ring. And basically, I'm the best Warden Slayer around. Boy, does the water look good. Holy, it looks like I could drink that. Yummy, yummy. Do you see this? The whole facility down here underneath this fortress is going to be specifically for training wisp cloaks, alright? So at some point I'll put like a little gladiator pit, because of course they're going to have to do sparring matches. But this way, let's go on a little trip together. Does this look familiar to anybody? This is where we fought the Warden. Nope. This is where we fought the, what are they called? Wither. Lots of W's, eh? And then we end at the end of the course. Please return cart after exiting bubble elevator. So this would be one of the trials. You would get shipped off to here, maybe with your little platoon. And I'm going to build a little path down here. And this is going to be one of the final trials they're going to have to do is fight the Wither. I fought it here. This is going to be known as our little Wither gladiator pit. And this is where their camp will be to set up before they go and fight. But they'll be fighting together as like a group. They don't fight it one-on-one. It's just like a training exercise, you know? So we're going to talk about something crazy that we've never talked about before. Lore. This place is Warden's Reach. And I'll say it again, it's home of the Wisp Cloaks. You've been here before, you've heard that before. But this is, we're coming to the end of the video. We're not going to be building any more things here for a while. But this, where we're standing, earlier I aforementioned, oh, pretty snow. Earlier I mentioned that in order to become a Wisp Cloak, there are certain trials and processes that you have to endure. One of them being a night vision bath. So all Wisp Cloaks are going to be able to see during the night. I think that's pretty cool. And you can leave the bath if you're smart. There will be no drowning. You bathe in there for a day or 12 hours, whatever I want to make the lore. I haven't set that in stone yet. And after you come out, you have to do your trial. And the trial just leads down. I'm a Wisp Cloak. 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 So you follow the trial all the way down and big jump. So we jumped from there, landed, Kersplash. We are below the stronghold, which is the area where all Wisp Cloaks do their training. Wisp Cloaks, it's 100% a tongue twister. I came up with a tongue twister. Me, the genius that I am. I still have some training exercises I want to make. I think I want to make like a new course for this. I want to take this concept and kind of run with it a little bit. Might go a little bit crazy. I think this would be cool in a multiplayer setting as like if you had a skulk sensor shop, like you were selling all the skulk shit, you could set up like a mini game where they can get like a discount or something. So something I always try to do when playing in my world and trying to create a immersive experience is you got to take yourself out of that builder position. You build for so long that you only see it in that perspective. So right now, I've been building on this place for a long time, and I need to kind of take a break and kind of just walk around and see how the build feels. And something that I changed recently because of this process that I do was the lobby that I want to show you. So when you enter the Warden's Reach main gatehouse, at first, I didn't have these berries either, which I like. That's a nice touch. You would enter this place, and right across from you, you would see a long dining room table. And I didn't think that made sense, because if you were a visitor, if you were to come up that path that I just did, take those steps, and come into here, the first thing your eyes are drawn to, I mean, other than the beautiful architecture, is this little doorway, this little entranceway. It's quite inviting. I think I need to put a splash of color in the backdrop here, because it kind of just blends with the archway. You don't get a sense that there's an arch there. You feel me? Something that I just noticed as well. Anyways, so you came in and you used to see a dining room. I changed it because the people that are coming up here are going to be submitting contracts to hire Wisp Cloaks, right? They're going to be taking the time out of their day, climbing up this mountain, submitting their contract. The first thing that they see when they enter this thing is them just, you know, eating at the dining hall. Nah, I decided to make this like the submission area. So if you wanted to hire them, you would come back here, you would write your contract, you'd leave it in the bin, and they would eventually get to it. I think a bounty board might be a cooler system, but I built this first and I kind of just ran with it. So yeah, this used to be a dining hall. I moved the dining hall to actually above this. Got some cool bones here to kind of show, like, these guys fuck. They've killed some crazy things. I don't even know what this is. It's a rib cage of some crazy creature from the depths. Okay. Waste a lot of time just chatting about nonsense. I gotta close this. Unfortunately, I gotta end the episode, kiddos. I love ya. This episode was kind of one of my favorites to edit. It took like a week and a half, so there was a lot of progress just in one go. And like, if we just take a little look-sees here, and the final shot as we say goodbye to each other. Don't worry, you'll have an episode next week. She's beautiful. Thank you for watching. I love ya.